All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another throwback tunes on another Thursday, although technically it's Tuesday as I'm recording this. But yeah, that's another story for another time. So as promised from last week, I am reviewing yet another Destiny Child album. This one is called The Writing on the Wall. So yeah, there you go with that. So this joint came out July 27, 1999, and it was recorded from December 1998 all the way up to March of 1999, and it was done under Columbia Records. There was a lot of producers involved with this album, by the way. So let's see, any other record? No, it's just Columbia Records. Okay, so this joint was the producers involved were Kevin Shakespeare, like SHE_KSPERE. I crap you not. Kevin Shakespeare, Briggs, Beyonce, obviously Beyonce, Javon Alexander, D Major, Chad, Dr. Seuss Elliott, Missy Elliott, yes, Missy Elliott, the rapper, yeah. Donald Holmes, Anthony Hardy, ooh, I'm gonna butcher this first name, Oshia Hunter, Rodney Junkins, Eric Nilante Phillips, K-Fam, Daryl Simmons, it's like D-A-R-Y-L, Daryl Simmons, Platinum Status, Chris Stokes, Gerard Thomas, Dwayne Wiggins, and Candy Burris. Okay, there we go. So, let me give you guys some info about this album. So, oh my gosh, the charts. Okay, let's take a look at the charts. It did make the charts. It was second out in Australia, 18th in Austria, 8th on Flanders, 19th in Wallonia, 5th out in Canada, 16th in Danish, 3rd in Dutch, 15th in Finnish, 32nd in French, 21st in German, 33rd in Japan, 6th in New Zealand, 7th in Norwegian, 16th in Scottish, 21st in Sweden, 23rd in Swiss album charts, 10th in the UK album charts, number 1 on the UK R&B album charts, in the US top R&B/hit by album charts, and number 5 on the US Billboard 200. And by the end of the year 1999, it was 13th on the Australian album charts, 44th on the Dutch album charts, 78th in the UK album charts, and 88th on the US Billboard 200. By the end of the year 2000, it was 42nd on the Dutch album charts, 22nd on the UK album charts, and 13th on the US Billboard 200. Wow, so it went up from 99, all three charts actually. And by the end of the year 2001, it was 82nd on the UK album charts and 87th on the US Billboard 200. And by the end of the decade, the 2009 rather, it was 39th on the US Billboard 200. And it did get some certifications. It was triple platinum in Australia, selling around 210,000 copies. Platinum in Belgium, selling around 50,000 copies. Wow, 5 times platinum in Canada, selling around 500,000 copies. Gold in Denmark, selling about 25,000 copies. Double gold in France, 200,000 copies there. Gold in Germany, 250,000 copies. Double platinum in the Netherlands, 200,000 copies. Triple platinum in New Zealand, 45,000 copies. Gold in Norway, around 25,000 copies. Same in Switzerland, same thing, gold, 25,000 copies. Gold in Sweden with 40,000 copies. Triple platinum right in the UK with 900,000 copies. And 8 times platinum in the US with 6.4 million copies sold. And it was double platinum in all of Europe with 2 million copies sold. Now, it did also get some accolades as well. It was, let me see, it was 31st on the best R&B albums of the 90s done by Complex in 2017. And it was ranked 92nd on the 100 best albums from 1983 to 2008 by Entertainment Weekly. That was done in 2008. In 2007, Vibe nominated this as part of the 150 albums that defy the Vibe era. The Vibe era, okay. And NME in 2013 ranked it 454th as part of the 500 greatest albums of all time. The Face in 1999 ranked this album 9th in the Face Recordings of the Year. In 2002, Q ranked this as the 77th in the 100 Women Who Rock the World accolade. And in 2007, the definitive 200 top 200 albums of all time was ranked 160 by Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 2017, NPR ranked this 61st in the 150 greatest albums made by women. So that's pretty interesting right there. I don't see anything about award, although, no, that's not true. I do see some now. It got 6 Grammy nominations for Best R&B Performance by a Group or Duo with Vocals, twice, Best R&B Song, twice, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year. And I guess it didn't win any awards. So now let's talk about the controversy. So I gave a little bit of a synopsis about the controversy when I reviewed their last album, which was called Survivor. Now I can really break down this controversy. So here we go. In December 1999, because remember at this point, Writing on the Wall, this was the 4-woman group here, Destiny Child. So we talking obviously Beyonce and Kelly. And also we are talking about the 2 original women, along with those 2 who were, where are they? I'm trying to find their full names again. I know they both started with L's, but I don't remember exactly their, okay, we're just going to call them Luckett and Roberson. So yeah, there you go with that. So yeah, so it was a 4-woman group when this album dropped. So this was before Michelle Williams joined the group. So again, I wish I could find their names, but for some odd reason, I'm not seeing their names now. But whatever, we're going to move on. So anywho, getting back to the controversy. So in December 1999, Luckett and Roberson attempted to split with their manager, claiming that he kept a disproportionate share of the group's profits and unfairly favored Knowles and Rowland, aka Beyonce and Kelly. While they never intended to leave the group, when the video for Say My Name surfaced in February 2000, Roberson and Luckett found out that 2 new members were joining Beyonce and Kelly. Prior to the video premiere, Beyonce announced on TRL that original members Luckett and Roberson had left the group. They were replaced by Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin. Shortly after her stint with Monica, Williams were introduced to Destiny Child by choreographer Braden Lawson, aka Pina Orlando, and were flown to Houston where she stayed with the Knowles family. In March of 2000, Roberson and Luckett filed a lawsuit against Matthew Knowles, who remember was Beyonce's father, and their former bandmates for a breach of partnership and fiduciary duties. Following the suit, both sides were disparaging towards each other in the media. 5 months after joining, Franklin left the group. So Farrah Franklin, who was one of the 2 replacements, she left the group. The remaining members claimed that this was due to missed promotional appearances and concerts. According to Williams, Franklin could not handle stress. Franklin, however, disclosed that she left because of the negativity surrounding the strike and her inability to assert any control in the decision making. Her departure was seen as less controversial though. Williams, on the other hand, disclosed that her inclusion in the group resulted in her battling insecurity, as I'm quoting there. And then, quoting again, I was comparing myself to the other members and the pressure was on me, end quote. Towards the end of 2000, Roberson and Luckett dropped the portion of the lawsuit aimed at Kelly and Beyonce in exchange for a settlement, though they continued the action against their manager. As part of the agreement, both sides were prohibited from speaking about each other publicly. Roberson and Luckett formed another girl group named Angel, but also left it due to issues with the record company. That's crazy. Although band members were affected by the turmoil, Destiny Child's success continued. The following years of their career were seen as the group's most successful stretch, becoming a pop culture phenomenon, which is indeed true. There were also controversies surrounding the rights to use the Columbia name and trademark for the albums released in international markets. There were different rules for owning the rights to the Columbia brand name, depending on the market. For the albums released in Japan, where Columbia Records' parent company Sony does not use the Columbia name or trademark, for example, the label was rebranded as SME Records, which is abbreviated for Sony Music Entertainment Records, which is a sub-label for Sony Music Entertainment Japan. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of Sony Corporation and operates independently from the American Sony Music Entertainment, of which Columbia Records is a part of. The Columbia name and trademark are actually controlled in Japan by Nippon Columbia, which is a direct competitor and neither has direct relations with the American Columbia Records nor with Sony Music in Japan. It should, however, be noticed that Nippon Columbia was in fact the former licensee, yeah, that's right, for the American Columbia Records up until 1968, where Sony Music Japan's predecessor, CBS/Sony Inc., was established. So yeah, a lot of stuff was going on around the time this album dropped. Now let's talk about this album finally. So there's 16 okay. On the standard version, there was 16 tracks. 2 of them was skits, obviously. We got the intro and the outro, meaning I can only give you the top 3, not the top 5. Now, there was so many different versions of this. So there was the international edition, where it came with the vinyl classes. Okay, so there was like a bunch of international editions, whatever. So we got the German special edition, which featured another song called Get on the Bus featuring Timbaland. Then we got the Japanese edition, which featured Bills, Bills, Bills. And this was the digital black and groove club mix as the 17 track. Then we got the Houston special edition with the 17 track there called Can't Help Myself. Then we got the Australian edition, which came with 2 additional tracks. Track number 17, Get on the Bus featuring Timbaland. And track number 18, No 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 Part 1, the music video. And then we got the EU, I'm assuming that's Europe Limited Platinum Edition bonus CD, which comes with 3 tracks within that CD, and they were Bill, Bills, Bills, the remix featuring 40 Steve's rapping to them anyway. Track number 2 was called No 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 Part 2 featuring Wyclef Jean, obviously, and track number 3 is called Say My Name, the Timbaland remix. Then we got the UK release, UK limited edited bonus CD, which was a European re-release. So this one includes 4 tracks as part of the main CD, and the first track, 17th track rather, is Independent Women Part 1, the Pasadena remix. Track number 18, Independent Women Part 2, which I talked about last week. Track number 19 is 8 Days of Christmas, and track number 20 called No 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 Part 2 featuring Wyclef. So there you go, but we're only go focus on the original joint. So the first track is called Intro, and in parentheses, The Writings on the Wall. And again, that's just a skit, nothing important there. Track number 2 is called So Good, followed by Bills, 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 one of the 4 singles off of this album. Next up, we got Confessions featuring Missy Elliott. I guess you can say featuring Missy Elliott. I'll explain more of that later. Track number 4 is called Bugaboo, another one of the singles. Actually, this is the second single off this album. Followed by Temptation. Then we got Now That She's Gone. Followed by Where'd You Go? And then track number 9 is called Hey Ladies. And track number 10 is called If You Leave. Now, if you look on Wikipedia, it just called it If You Leave. But if you actually listen to the track, it actually features Next, a male group called Next. Track number 11 is called Jumpin' Jumpin'. Obviously, there's no G in the word jumping. They got the apostrophe at the end of each jumping. And that's the 4th single off this album. Followed by the 3rd single off this album, Say My Name. You also know that one. Track number 13 is called She Can't Love You. Followed by Stay. Track number 15 is called 316. Which brings me to track 16, which is the outro, and then parentheses, Amazing Grace. And then this was basically a dedication to Andrea Tillman. So yes, another one of these, because they did that in the next album, which is called Survivor, with the whole melody gospel melody track. So let's talk about the singles. So the first single is called Bills, Bills, Bills. So this joint came out June 14, 1999, actually. Oh, here we go. Letoya, Luckett, and Letoya Roberson. So yes, I found the names. And yeah, there you go with that. And let's see, we got Candy Burris of Escape and Kevin Shakespeare-Briggs a part of this track as well. Alright, so let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. This is gonna be interesting. So there's some response to this actually. So Sporty Thieves, the same group that wrote No Pigeons as response to TLC's No Scrubs, wrote a response to Bills, Bills, Bills entitled No Bills, and in parentheses, Ride, Ride, Ride. Sporty Thieves were also featured on I Can't Go For That, which is a re-recorded remix of Bill, Bill, Bills with new lyrics produced by the Trackmasters, along with a rapper called Jazz. So there you go with that. And then in 2015, a New York-based rock band, They Might Be Giants, recorded a cover version, later released on their album Phone Power. All right, so let's take a look at this chart. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. 26th in Australia, 8th from Flanders, 10th in Wallonia, 35th in Brazil, 7th in Canada, top singles, number 1 in Canada Dance, 25th in Europe, 20th in France, 19th in Germany, 17th in Ireland, 8th in the Netherlands, Dutch top 40, 9th in the Netherlands, single top 100, 12th in New Zealand, 20th in Scotland, 30th in Sweden, 28th in Switzerland, 6th in the UK singles charts, 13th in the US dance club songs, 26th in the US mainstream top 40, 2nd in the US Britpop charts, and number 1 in the following: UK R&B charts, US Billboard Hot 100, and US Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs charts. And by the end of the year, 1999, it was 63rd on Flanders, 47th in Wallonia, 64th in Canada, 81st in Dutch, and 21st in the US Billboard Hot 100. And this single was gold in Belgium with 50,000 copies sold, silver in the UK with 200,000 copies sold, and gold in the US with 900,000 copies sold. Now, the song was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals and Best R&B Song at the 42nd Award Ceremony, obviously the Grammys. So, there you go with that. And this was actually a tribute to Beyonce's mother, Tina. So, I'm going to put that out there as well. Alright, so let's move on to the next single, which is called Bugaboo. So, this joint came out August 23rd, 1999. Now, and yeah, Bills got a music video, as does Bugaboo. I don't remember the music video for Bugaboo, to be honest, but apparently got a music video, so yeah, there you go with that. And also, just want to point out that Wyclef Jean was in the music video as a band leader. Also, if memory serves me correctly, this is the last music video to feature Letoya, Roberson, and Letoya Luckett. So that's very interesting as well. And there was a remix version of the music video as well. Wyclef apparently wasn't part of that as well. Oh, and an original Kobe Bryant was in it as well. So there you go with that. Now let's take a look at the charts. Okay, I can deal with this. 26th in Australia, 24th in Flanders, 32nd in Wallonia, 30th in Europe, 57 in France, 20th in Germany, 4th on the Dutch Top 40, 6th on the Singles Top 100, 21st in Scotland, 29th in Sweden, 60th in Switzerland, 9th in the UK Singles Charts, 2nd in the UK R&B Charts, 33rd in the US Billboard Hot 100, 15th in the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs Charts, and number 6 in the US Whitman Charts. And by the end of the year, 1999, it was 96th on the Dutch Single Chart. And did I? Oh yeah, I did mention the date of this single's release. All right, let's move on to Say My Name. We all should know this one. This one came out November 7th, 1999. And yeah, let's get straight into this one. Let's see. There was a music video for this one, obviously, and no cameo appearances were made in this music video as well. Oh my gosh, the chart. All right, here we go. It was number 1 in Australia, 19th on Flanders, 7th in Wallonia, 52nd in Brazil, 4th in, okay, I think this is new, Canada or Canadian RPM Singles Charts, 4th on the Kenya Top 30th Dance Charts, 11th in Europe, 10th in France, 14th in Germany, 15th in Ireland, 4th on the Dutch Top 40, 7th on Singles Top 100, 4th in New Zealand, 8th in Norway, 13th in Scotland, 16th in Sweden, 20th in Switzerland, 3rd in UK Singles, 2nd in UK R&B Charts, number 1 in US Billboard Hot 100, 39th in the US Dance Club Songs, number 1 in the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, 38th on the US Latin Pop Songs, 3rd in the US Mainstream Top 40, number 1 in the US Whitman Charts, and 39th in the US Tropical Airplays Chart. By the end of the year, 2000, it was 5th in Australia, 95th on Flanders, 48th on Wallonia, 63rd on Dutch Singles Charts, 66th in France, 28th in New Zealand, and number 6 in the US Billboard Hot 100. And by the end of the decade, 2009, it was 50th on the Australian Singles Charts. And it was double platinum in Australia with 140,000 copies sold, gold in Belgium, Denmark, France, with 50,000 copies sold in Belgium, 45,000 copies sold in Denmark, and 250,000 copies sold in France. Platinum in the UK with 600,000 copies sold, and gold in the US with 600,000 copies sold, which is funny. Now, I said this single came out November 7th in the US. It actually came out January 31st in the year 2000 in Australia and in New Zealand. Now, it also came out March 27, 2000 in the in the UK, but it also came out in CD single format on February 27, 2000 in the US. So the single that came out November 7th, that was the radio broadcasting. That came out in the US. It came out on April 10th of 2000 in Europe and April 17th, 2000 in France. And we got some awards to talk about here. So this song actually won 2 Grammys at the 2001 ceremony for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals and Best R&B Song, while also nominated for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. The single's music video won the 2000 MTV Video Music Award for Best R&B Video. It also won a Soul Train Lady of Soul Award for Best R&B/Soul Single, Group, Band, or Duo. along with a BMI Pop Award for Most Played Song. And Billboard named the song number 7 on their list of 100 greatest girl group songs of all time. So, yeah, Say My Name, very classic, a very big hit with it, right? If I do say so myself, right? The 4th single is Jumpin' Jumpin'. So this joint came out July 4th of the year 2000. Now, here's a little bit of interesting notes about this. This does not feature the vocals of Letoya Luckett and Letoya Roberson, as it is solely Beyonce who sings the song. So there was no Kelly a part of this either. They don't put out there. And there was a music video for this song as well. So let's see. This was the final music video to feature Farrah Franklin. So apparently when they did not Say My Name. When they did oh no, that's right. Farrah Franklin. So yes, he was one of the 2 replacements. So actually Say My Name was the first music video to feature Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin. So that's interesting right there. Now, the original music video was never released to a video compilation nor to an enhanced CD, whereas the So So Def remix is available on the video compilation, The Platinums on the Raw. So there were 2 official urban remixes for the songs. One known as the Nitro remix featuring rapper Nitro, while the other is known as the So So Def remix, which I mentioned. And that one features Lil Bow Wow, Da Brat, and Jermaine Dupri. And there was a music video for that one. And there was another remix, the Azaz remix, contained newly recorded vocals with slower singing, additional ad-libs by Beyonce and Kelly, doing lead on chorus, and high notes doing breaks. So there you go with that. And a Jamaican dancehall singer, Cecile, sampled Jumpin' Jumpin' in the song Ladies Anthem. All right, let's take a look at the charts. 2nd in Australia, 31st on Flanders, 25th in Wallonia, 8th on the RPM charts, 3rd in the top